What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In complete transparency, folks, this is not the video that I wanted to make this morning. I had this whole other thing planned out. We were going to talk about what the best matchup for the Toronto Blue Jays would be in October in the postseason. I made the thumbnail. You guys can probably see it on the screen right now. I did the research on it, and we were going to talk all about who we want them to play. But then I sat down to hit the record button, and I couldn't actively sit here and talk to you guys about who I think they should play in the postseason when, frankly, it doesn't matter. Because the way that the Toronto Blue Jays are playing baseball right now, I don't think that they're going to match up good into anyone, folks. Looking over at the standings, it's scary, everyone. It is officially scary again. The Toronto Blue Jays, 90 wins, 67 losses. The New York Yankees, they are right there. 89 wins, 68 losses. Yes, we have the tiebreaker over them, so even though it says that we are 1 game back, technically we are 2 games back, but I never wanted to be in this situation to begin with, folks. It was only a couple weeks ago that the Toronto Blue Jays were like, I think we were 5 games up, or even a little bit more than that. Somebody please let me know in the comments down below. We were up, and realistically, getting this close, with the New York Yankees, this is not a spot that I want to be in at all. And if they choke away this division, guys, I don't like our chances come wild card. The reason that this is happening right now, the reason that it is so close, it's the offense, okay? Looking over here, Sportsnet stats, they put it very clearly. When we score 5 or more runs this season, we are 68-4. That is absurd. That is absolutely absurd, everybody. That is something that you can hang your hat on, and you can know that if this Toronto Blue Jays team puts up 5 runs, there is, what's the math right there, 96% chance, something like that they are going to win this ball game. That is really good. Fact of the matter is, though, we're not putting up 5 or more runs. Sportsnet Stats also tweets out, just following that, over the last 6 games. So over this last week, we are averaging 2 runs per game. We got a batting average team-wide of 160, an OPS of 475. That's atrocious. 33 strikeouts and 2 home runs. That is not a playoff team right there. Simply put, right, you walk in and you're hitting like that on the offense, it is just not going to fly. And, I mean, we saw it yesterday, right? We saw it yesterday against the Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox, that was actually a team that I was thinking when I was doing my research for that other video I was thinking about making about, who we could match into. Boston, I liked that matchup. I thought that matchup made a lot of sense. We've beaten Boston over the course of the season up until this point. We still have a better record against Boston head-to-head, and just across the board, things look pretty good when you're comparing team for team, pound for pound, us and the Boston Red Sox. We scored 1 run against them yesterday. And I know, okay, you can point to that one George Springer hit that wasn't a hit but should have been a hit. It was called a foul ball. I get it. However, it doesn't change the fact that only 1 run cashed yesterday. Boston put up 4. If we would have put up 5, we would have won. It would have been 69-4 is the record. But they weren't capable of doing that, folks. So if the offense is playing like this in a week's time, or whenever they play the first postseason game, things aren't going to be looking good. And our key guy, the dude who everybody harps on, gets paid way too much money, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, you can feel that way. And right now, I might even tend to agree with you. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is having the worst stretch of his season. Worst 2-week stretch. Over the last 13 games, he's batting .224. That's not good. He's got an on-base percentage under 300. Also not good. And a slugging, I think this is the worst stat, of .245. He's got 1 extra base hit, 1 double in that time frame. 541 OPS. That is just not it at all, and especially now. Looking over at his game log, everybody, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the last time that he hit a home run, it was on September 5th. It is September 24th. Right now. September 24th, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s last home run was September 5th. He has hit 2 home runs in this month. Yeah, that's obviously just not good enough, right? That's just clearly and obviously not good enough for somebody like Vladdy. And I know when we look over at the season-long numbers, they are awesome. And I am not going to harp on Vladdy at all for what he's done this year. Because I don't think that we would even be in the spot that we are right now if Guerrero wasn't this good. And I think a lot of people get on him way too quick. The guy still has a 4.7 WAR. We wouldn't have 90 wins if it wasn't for Vladdy right now. However, when you are thinking about the postseason and this team going deep in the postseason, we are still going to need Vladdy. And if he is going to be, having a slugging of 245 and no extra base power, no home runs, batting, 224, right? Like, that's clearly not good enough. So up until this point, Guerrero has been very good, and I give him his flowers for that, and I do think that he has been worth the money. But if this team wants to go deep in the playoffs, we're going to need to play, or we're going to need to have him play significantly better than how he is playing right now, because this is just not a caliber that we can have our star franchise player be playing at in the most crucial part of the season. That just cannot happen, folks. Looking at the offense as a whole, this is the last 15 days, okay? It's not pretty. It's not sexy. Over at the top here, you got the Phillies, number one, the Dodgers. These are playoff teams. These are really good squads right here. Braves actually turning it on. So, hey, shout out Atlanta. Seattle, very, very good. You got New York Yankees. This is by OPS, by the way, guys. New York Yankees, last 15 days, they are 7th in OPS. Team-wide OPS of 787. Pretty good, definitely. They're turning it on. Offense looks good at the right time. They also just clinched a playoff spot yesterday by walking it off, so credit to them. Toronto, though, down here at 25, and we are sandwiched between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Colorado Rockies. Yeah. That is where the Toronto Blue Jays offense is at right now in the last 15 days, sandwiched between the Pirates and the Rockies. At the time of the season, when you need them to go and you need them to, clinch the bye, they did just clinch the playoff spot, so, credit to them for doing that. But clinch that bye and win the American League East, put the pedal down, and hopefully be ramping up. They are sandwiched between two of the, I would argue, to be worst teams in MLB, just bottom feeders as a whole, in the Pirates and the Rockies. Not at all where you want to be. Looking at the individuals who are contributing to this right now, because it's not everyone, okay? There are still, one guy who's doing very good. This is the last 15 days right here. George Springer is awesome. I love Unk. Unk is back. I mean, Unk has been back, right? Unk has still got it in all capacities of the word. In fact, he's got it maybe now better than he's ever had it before. So George Springer, everything I'm saying right now, this does not apply to him. The rest of the team, though, there is not a single other individual on this squad with an OPS of even 750 in the last 15 days. The next best player, the next best contributor is Davis Schneider, who's batting 241 and has an OPS of 740. And in that time, he's hit 1 home run, has 2 RBIs. That's it, right? But you can see that pretty much every other individual here, we're batting around the 200 level. We're batting under 200. We got an OPS in the mid to low 600s. And these are guys that have been solid contributors for us all season long. I mean, Addison Barger, where did you go? Where'd you go, guy? I miss you. I miss when we were thinking that, hey, you could be, I know he's not eligible, but it felt like this is the rookie of the year, right? Where are you? Vladdy, obviously, just not here at all. Kirk, you guys know I am the biggest Alejandro Kirk stan that there is. But Alejandro Kirk, who pretty much the whole season was batting around 300, he's batting 152 in the last 15 days. His OPS is 383. I mean, that just can't happen, right? All of this happening. And here's the thing, okay? This wouldn't be a problem if it was only happening to 1 or 2 guys. But it's happening to everyone. Okay? It's all of, other than George Springer, everyone is getting cold at the wrong time. It kind of feels like where we were at a month ago or a month and a half ago when the bullpen, all of a sudden it was like, oh my gosh, but bullpen's been good all season long, right? We just trade for some bullpen guys. Bullpen was really good all season long. Yes, we have a good bullpen again. Great. And then all of a sudden, it's shit hits the fan and everyone is bad for roughly a 3-week stretch right there. All the bullpen pieces were really bad. Well, that's happening to the offense right now. But the problem is that there's only 5 games left in the regular season for you to fix it. And if you don't fix it in those 5 games, there's a real chance that you might not even get the bye, and you just go straight into a wild card with this offense looking the way that they're looking. And for the longest time, I was kind of tuning that noise out. I was thinking, no, there's no way. They're not going to choke that away. It is potentially a real thing right now, guys. Looking over at the schedule here, you got 2 more games against Boston, and we're going to break down today's game. It's going to be tough. Then you got 3 games against Tampa Bay. We know that Tampa Bay likes to play hard, but look over here at the matchups, okay? This is the matchup for the Toronto Blue Jays today. Max Scherzer, who was, a key contributor, let's face it, into the 20-1 loss that we felt, how long ago was that? About a week ago on Friday. That was his start. Okay, I know he didn't give up all those runs, but certainly didn't help at all. Against Garrett Crochet, who's 17-5 and has an ERA of 2.69. I think that you could make a strong argument that the Toronto Blue Jays should lose today. Right? On the Blue Jays Today show, we predicted that they would lose this game. And, when you look at the pitching matchup, it just makes sense. And then you look over at the Yankees matchup, because that's the other team that we're watching right now. Who do they have going? They got Max Fried on the bump against Ellard. And if you're not familiar with who Ellard is, that's because he's got a handful of innings to his name in his major league career. I believe he's had 2 starts or 3. I don't even know how many starts. He's barely played. The guy has barely played this season. He's 0-2, has an ERA of 4.5. He's going up against Max Fried, who's 18-5. And is honestly a Cy Young favorite, right? I got a strong feeling, and I think the stats will tell you that there's a good likelihood Toronto loses today and New York wins today. And if that happens, the lead is gone. Yes, we are still at the top of the American League East because we have that tiebreaker, but if we lose one more game and New York Yankees win, then that's it. We choked it away. It's over. And that's reflected in the stats right here. When you look over at the American League East division winners, as you can see, Toronto dropping like a stone over here. It was just, how long ago was that? That was 8 days ago. 8 days ago, we had a 98.2% chance to win this thing. 8 days later, it's down to 73.5, and I still like those odds. But the trend is not good right now, and New York up at 26.5%. Because again, if they win today, we lose today, which very easily could happen, they're right there. And then it's just 1 loss, 4 games left, 1 loss from us or one win from New York, and bang, just like that. That's where it is. So all of this being said, let's take all of that, let's put it under umbrella and answer the question, is it time to worry about this Toronto Blue Jays team? Let me know in the comments down below. For me, I'm starting to feel it. I am definitely starting to feel it at this current juncture of time, everybody. This is not at all how you want to be playing baseball, walking into the playoffs. Because this looks like a squad that is just... Are we tired? Are we in our heads? Or is that part of it? Right? Is the moment starting to become so big? It's like, oh my gosh, we could actually do this. We could win the AL East. We just need a couple more wins. We gotta lock. Is that starting to be a thing? And is that starting to snowball? Because then you lose a game and you go, oh, I really got to press the following game. These are all questions that I didn't want to have to answer. But here we are. Right? They put up 8 runs on Sunday. That's awesome. Okay, that was the best game by far that they've had in a while of time. But every other game other than that, it's been like 1 run, 0 runs. We're not getting hits. So I don't know where this offense went. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I don't know if it's an exhaustion thing. I don't know if it's just an unlucky thing. And it's like all of a sudden everybody's getting cold at the wrong time. Regardless of the reason, though, this can't happen if they want to make a deep run in October. This right now is not a team that is going deep at all. So I'm not worried about playoffs if we're going to make playoffs. But I am worried about the product of play that we are going to see once we get there, because this is starting, and I'm getting flashbacks, it's starting to feel very reminiscent of that 2023 team. When, yeah, they made playoffs, and okay, we get the wild card, and then walked in, and the offense was non-existent, and then it was, how many runs did we score that series? 1, 2? I don't even remember at this point. I tried to repress all that, but I'm starting to get those vibes. This 2025 team was built on hitting. It was built on offense. We aren't seeing that right now. You got 5 games left, guys. New York's knocking on the door. We got to figure it out. But, folks, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, go Jays, go.